Hello, welcome to our Wiccan Weekend gunging. So I'm hoping that can someone just write something in the chat so that you know that this is working. Luke's excited. Right, so I'll explain what's happening. So yeah, if someone can just say, "Hi Susie, yes, we can hear you," that would be great. Okay, so here we go. What I'm going to do is just bring someone into the live stream here.
Hello.
Okay, Abby. So Abby is our roving reporter on location. Now, we do know that our 3 possible people for being gunged are all Camborne people, Camborne church people. They all happen to be friends and are, well, I'm assuming they're friends. So that is just really lovely that they're against each other in this gunging situation. So throughout the weekend, we have had, so there were 13 of us at the start, then it was narrowed down to 10, then 7, then 5, and then now it's the final 3. Now, last year we had a tied first place, so there were 2 people who were gunged, and then we had a second place with water. This time, who knows what's going to happen? It might be all 3 of them gunged. It might be gunge water, nothing. We will see what happens in a moment. So Abby's on location. So the people who are being gunged, I'm not sure if they can see you, but they might be trying to work out. Is it somewhere?
I don't think they'll be able to see me, but you might be able to guess it from the background, maybe.
Okay, you need to just be like a little bit quiet in case they can hear you. So we're still waiting for one person. In fact, let's do just a little interview with a couple of people. In fact, let's just bring in Nathan here. Nathan, can you let us know how you're feeling?
I am really excited to watch Neil get gunged when I watch this back later. I can't wait. So it's going to be really funny.
Excellent.
I'm frozen. So,
are there any messages you want to give for the young people at this stage, or the world who might be watching on YouTube?
You know, I might still have trust in them that they've saved me. So if they haven't, then I don't know what to say. We'll have to speak later.
Okay, thanks, Nathan. Let's just bring Neil in. Goodness, the technology working. Neil, have you got any messages? Any things you want to say? How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, so Susie, you said come and be part of the Wiccan Weekend. You won't have to do anything. It'll be fine. Just send through a couple of videos. That'll be great. That'll be lovely. Do what you can when you can. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who voted for John. John, vote for John.
Very good. And how you feeling about it? Are you excited about it?
Excited? Thrilled. Yeah. Full of anticipation.
Very good. So we're just trying to get John on the stream as well. So we're just going to fill a little bit of time there. Has anyone got any questions for Neil and Nathan or Abby while we're here? Feel free to send a question in the chat. And you know, we can ask them because we're not so good at filling time here. I'll bring Nathan into it for now. Yeah.
Hello. So, Susie, I don't know if you heard, but in the Zoom just a few minutes ago, Neil was saying that he actually hasn't been or has been voting to save me the whole way through. And I don't know whether I trust him. I don't know whether he's become very guilty now after this. So we might have to have his thoughts.
That's a really so he's been voting to save you or get you gunged?
Even though he's been telling them to gunge me. So
unbelievable. Well, that's something that's really kind. Here we go. We've got a question from Luke for both of you. Abby, feel free to answer as well if you want. If you could be gunged with one substance, what would it be? Neil, have you got an answer ready? I feel like you might be.
What was the question?
If you could be gunged with one substance, what would it be?
With one substance. Well, in view of what Luke was sharing earlier on, I think that. Oh, sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm not quite sure. What did you say there?
I think no. Just
we're just not going to say that. Oh, here we go. We've got John here as well. Abby, I'm just going to remove you for a second so that we can just say hello to John. Oh, I can't.
Bottom left.
Is John there? We've got a bit of a blank screen there for John, so maybe we'll just remove him for a second. Okay, message from Jonathan for you here, which I think is really lovely. He said, it's nice being at home, comfortable, warm, and not at risk while watching this. Jonathan, we're missing you, and you'll be so proud of your Camborne Church volunteers here. There we go, John. Wow, John, you have dressed up for the occasion. John, do you want to let us know how you're feeling? Don't know if the signal's greatest where John is. It's kind of a little bit frozen there.
We can't hear you if you can hear us.
Oh, we can hear you. Can you just tell us how you're feeling? This isn't. Yeah. What's the Wi-Fi like in Camborne? Is it a bit questionable?
Yeah, well, recently got put a complaint in.
So this could make the actual gunging situation interesting. Maybe I'll just try removing John for a second. Just going to get Abby back. Abby, do you want to unmute yourself? So yeah, Neil and Nathan, do you want to just look where Abby? Do you think that looks like where you might be? Does that look familiar? Oh, you probably can't see. I didn't think about that.
Still waving.
Am I on?
Oh yeah. I don't know why I suggested that. Now you're not on screen, so that's not helpful. They're wondering, maybe.
I mean, there's not many clues.
Really, isn't it? It's quite a lot of those in Camborne.
There's quite a lot of houses in Camborne, yeah.
Okay, what we're going to do, I'm going to get John back. We're going to try and do this gunging situation if we can get John there. This is not ideal to not see John.
You'll have to do it
Neil's
inside.
really hoping. Yeah, gunging John inside might not be such a good thing. I mean, how long shall we fill for before we work this? See if this is working. Thanks, Luke. Comedy gold. We've got a few predictions of who it might be. And just one more question that you might want to ask the gungies, the potential gungies, just while we're trying to get John. John's gone completely now, as has Neil. It's always good to be live streaming something like this. So, Nathan,
Yeah,
how are you doing?
I'm good. Does that mean can we gunge them as a forfeit instead?
Yeah, well, they just literally disappeared from this whole thing. Jonathan is probably quite glad that he's not involved in live streaming something like this with the technology happening like this. But I can actually just guarantee this isn't my fault. Oh, John's on Zoom. Interesting. So I don't know if that. Can you send the link again? Maybe he's going to use the laptop. Thanks, Jason, for letting me know. Neil is back. Wah! Okay, let's bring Neil back in again. This is slick. Because Becky's phone's going to die. Okay, there we go. Right, so I mean, I've not got any. I've got a comment from Tom Smith here. It's not at all bad that as a parent of young person, you've been waiting for this. These are surely the most exciting things part of weekends like this. And oh my goodness, now I'm getting a phone call. Anyway, Nathan, can you just let us know a bit about yourself so that anyone watching this knows? While I
I'm trying to think of some fun facts.
anyone wants to send any questions, that'd be great.
Yeah. What's that interesting about me? I'm now 22, nearly 23. I'm called Nathan. I don't know, an interesting fact about me. I used to work in London, which is quite.
What about what you love about working with young people who potentially vote for you to be gunged? What do you love about that kind of thing?
I mean, I'm enjoying it so far because I haven't been gunged yet, and I'm still, having the faith that I won't be gunged. and I've enjoyed this weekend. Having fun with everyone, having some silly games and stuff. It's been good fun, and our small groups as well. But I'm hoping that my small group at least voted to save me, because surely we were all discussing this about how everyone's been ganging up on me this weekend, and I mean, I think they had my back, but we'll never know.
We'll see. We will see what happens with that. Neil, question for you. What do you enjoy about working with young people, even whether or not they vote for you to be in this position?
I love their discernment. I love the fact that that they know what's right and they act on it, which is really, really good. I think the young person's perspective is really, really important because they're creative and they can see through people who try and dress things up as they aren't, which is why I'm confident that they won't have voted for me to be gunged. I've got a question for Nathan, because as Nathan said, and quite accurately and honestly, I did vote for Nathan to be saved. I'm just interested to know whether Nathan voted for me to be saved at all.
Well, that's a really interesting question, Neil. Unfortunately, I hadn't heard this information from you until about half an hour ago. If I'd have known, then absolutely I would have saved you. But I can neither confirm nor deny.
And also, there's no swaying the votes now, unfortunately. So,
It's
a
really transactional thing. That's understandable.
Yeah. John, nice to see you with us. Any comments about how you're doing?
Confident.
I think he said he's confident.
Other than a few activity. Amos, can you go stand?
Kind of getting every few words there. Good. Okay, I think Tom was right. Never work with animals, children, or gunged, or any technology is how I generally view this kind of thing. Okay, so can I ask for the people who are going to have the buckets to go and stand behind you, and we'll do a countdown. So we're going to count down. Well, let me wait till they're there, because that seems a bit harsh to start counting down when they're not ready. So we'll only count down from. Hang on, we're still waiting. There we go. Let's count down from 10. I mean, I'm doing on my own here, but if you want to join in at home, you're welcome to. Okay, so you're going to do it on 1. All right. So I'm going to count down, and then on the number 1, you're gonna chuck your bucket, and we'll see what happens. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, what is that?
John is so excited, he cannot believe it. Okay, so there we have it. Nathan, as you can see, was voted that top kind of vote for getting gunned. Neil came second, so it was only right that he had some water. And then John, you got away with it. He's so happy. Look at that. And that gunge is particularly good.
Oh.
Okay, I'm just gonna let's get Nathan on full screen, if I can make that happen for a second. Okay. Yes, Nathan, that is good gun.
So
have you got anything to say?
Hang on, I'm trying to be able to see you, Susie. There we go. Kind of half shut. What is this? What is this? It's bright green. I don't know if you can see that, but well, next year.
Next year.
I think we're gonna have to have some words and have a better plan this time. I'd like to thank those that earlier on were voting to save me with the hashtag Save Nathan. That will have to be applicable again. But honestly, I can't believe it. Oh no, there's a bee coming for me now. Oh, no.
Nathan, can I just ask, do you want to just head to your garden gate for a moment? Yeah, just going to do that. I'm just going to bring in John to talk about how he feels. Okay. John, how do you feel? Oh,
I'm over the moon.
over the moon. Any message for everybody?
Just thank you for voting Nathan. Is my thank you. Is my message. Yeah.
Those little messages that you did obviously have had some kind of effect. So great. Okay, thank you. Let's just bring Neil in for a little chat as well. Neil, how are you feeling about the situation?
I'm really, really disappointed for Nathan, because I kept voting for him to be saved. And obviously there were other people who didn't, and that's why he got guns, which is very sad, because he's a lovely guy. But actually green suits him. That colour green really suits him. So I think it was probably the right decision.
And can I just ask, is that like cold water you've got over you, or like lukewarm? Were they kind to you in your house?
It was extremely cold water.
Out the water butt.
Out the water butt. Out the water butt. Thank you. Yes, it was extremely cold and not too clean.
Oh, lovely. Well, that's great. Well, thank you for joining in with that, and we'll just say goodbye to you for a second. And just this final bit, let's just get Abby. Are you near Nathan?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm here with Nathan. Oh, it's the wrong way. Oh,
It's fine. and again the wrong way. I think just leave it like that. We should be able to see. There's Nathan. Abby is just going to throw him a pack of minstrels to make it slightly better. I mean, I know that's not a great gift at this stage, but as she was delivering the guns, we thought she could hang around. Nathan, do you just want to give us a bit of a wave? I
not a good wave.
I think
I
there's
don't think you can see where the camera is.
Oh, there we go. We can see him. We can see him. So thanks very much. We're going to leave the live stream there. So those of you who are part of the weekend, go back on Zoom for the last few minutes. And yeah, thanks to the rest of you who have joined us to watch. And yeah, we'll see you all soon. If you want to look at Wickham's YouTube, there's a few videos from this weekend that you might enjoy. So see you soon.